Welcome into this week's episode of Unrolled Stories. I'm ignoring all of you. A weekly D&D campaign set in the world of Alboria. We are back with these annoying fucking humans who roll some dice, attempt some questionable accents, and hopefully tell some sort of a story. We have a couple of announcements before we get on with the story. Do you like dice? Do you like beautiful handmade wooden tabletop accessories? Well, then check out Dakota Irish for all of your D&D and other TTRPG needs. Whether it is a new set of dice for your new character or a fresh dice tower to get the best rolls, they have all that you could possibly need. And then use code TheWelshDM at checkout to get yourself 10% off the order, and you can support this channel and everything else that goes on over here while getting yourself a nice little discount. So do go check them out and support Bernie's Mountain Dogs. Runic Press! The second edition of the RP zine should be out by the time this episode airs, so if you want to pick up those zines for yourself, head over to the Runic Press Patreon, where you can check out the 2 editions of the magazine, support the Patreon, and you'll get the monthly zine in your email inbox every month, containing all sorts of things like wondrous landmarks to throw into your campaigns, slightly useful tables when you just want to roll random weird things, or a bunch of magic items and more besides, so do go check out the guys over there as well. A reminder, you can also listen to the campaign as a podcast on Spotify and Apple Music, as well as various other podcast sources. So if you prefer to listen to us while you are driving the car or on the treadmill, you can check us out there and don't have to look at this ugly face and those beautiful faces out there. If you do listen, do please give us a review. It does help other people find the campaign and enjoy the story we are telling. In this game, we make use of the Reimagined Classes that are available on the DMsGuild, available as a bundle, allowing you to embody Balrick, Lesley, Aderyn, and Ximori in your own campaigns or your therein versions of. So do check that out, and again, it helps support the channel. And as always, all NPC art and character art is provided by Aderyn at Gelini. Go and support their Patreon as well, the Art Venturing Guild, to use the NPC art yourselves. And the Chibi battle map art, if we use it, was done by WeTheDreamingDesigns. So definitely check out those real artists and make sure you support real ones instead of AI. With all of those out of the way, I think it's time to continue telling our story. Previously, you guys, having completed the ritual with Amhrain, had a brief conversation with them about what their next steps were going to be, following their reacquainting themselves with their full archfey powers. Turns out they were going to be essentially trawling the Brecklin fields again, but this time with a more directed purpose in trying to reignite the other Fanes across the space before returning to the side of their queen. Due to the additional help you provided during the ritual, beyond what was expected of you, they offered a additional boon to get you back to your cart, essentially. So a decent chunk of travel was avoided, and you were returned to just outside of Bandair, where you were quickly reacquainted with the cart that Balrick has come to love. Fortunately, nothing was stolen from it, because of excellent hiding skills by Balrick previously, and you all got a much-needed rest after a frankly brutal couple of days. The next day, you joined the main road heading up to the Guan V Bridge, the monumental construction that crosses the huge Guan River, paying the exorbitant toll fee to cross, as far as Arquen is concerned, but Tauri also gave the guards some drinking money for their service to the Empire, creating an interesting dichotomy between the group. And once reaching the north side of the bridge, you settled in at the Empty Fish Tavern for the evening for some well-earned and proper comfortable rest, food, and drink, which is where we will pick up. With you all gathered around a circular table, unfortunately near the centre of the busy tavern, due to how busy it was by the time you'd arrived, Derek is curled up underneath the table, denying you all any sort of legroom with his chonky form, but his presence has caused a bit of a stir in the bar, with a few tables nearby whispering and casting furtive glances in your direction. The noise of the tavern does allow you to keep your conversation largely to yourselves, so you have a semblance of privacy in an otherwise busy room. And after a moment, 2 pitchers of frothing ale and a pitcher of deep red grape juice are placed on the table by the half-elven, half-dragonborn landlady you met previously. Enjoy. Some bread and cheese will be out in a moment, as already discussed, and if you need anything else, please do let us know. And she gestures to the large swooping bar with a handful of other bar staff working behind it as the inn continues to get more patrons. What would you like to do?
I would like to do a bit of carousing. I am taking the action carouse.
Classic
just having
action.
a bit of fun.
Classic carousing action.
Oh, he's always carousing, he is. Just get to know a couple of the patrons, do some arm wrestling, do some very loud, pretty decent singing, I think, given I'm pretty good at the old charisma,
As is everyone in this
Razzle
party.
dazzle.
Yeah.
And sing, it might just mean that you're so bad at it that people take pity on you, and that's why they interact.
Or it means that purely
Well,
your prettiness lets you get away with it.
I have pretty privilege.
Okay, it's canon now. Arquen thinks he can sing.
Arquen certainly thinks he can sing. We'll let the dice decide whether he can or
I
not.
certainly appreciate the fact that the party has probably an average charisma score, but that is including the outlier of Balrick that drags the entire party average down. Balrick being excluded.
The average would be 16, 17 or something. If not for Balrick.
So around the bar there are a handful of Stormcrests clearly off duty, no longer wearing like the actual armor plating, but still kind of in their like rough tunics of the kind here now off duty. Other than that, the majority of the bar is taken up by merchants and other people using the road, swapping stories from the road, varying other elements. And as I say, there's a few. Doesn't seem to be any like gambling happening just yet. It's still fairly early in the evening for that, but there is a couple of bards playing on a small stage in the corner, just providing a little bit of ambient music to the whole space.
What's with all these squares?
I can find. As a folk hero, I have a rustic hospitality, and I am able to find a place amongst them. I would like to do that to gather a little bit of information about the road ahead and see sort of whether we can expect anything in particular.
Who are you heading to?
I will. Fuck it, go for the Stormcrests. I'll go for them. Now,
Sure,
get a couple of beers
Arquen.
down me first. Wrap a bottle around one of their heads.
Leave him, Arquen, it's not worth it.
You head over to a table of Stormcrests. It's the Stormcrests that were on the southern side of the bridge, doing tolls earlier in the day with you. It's like the dwarf captain with his slightly kind of greying brown beard just turns. She's like, "Ah, you're with the young lass who paid for this drinks. Is she here?"
No, over there.
No, they raise their tankards towards you, Tauri. Thank you. How you doing?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Heading up the road. First time in a long time.
Alright.
Yeah, it's just. Don't know if you've heard there's anything going on up that way. Anything we should expect? Any ruffians or anything like that?
Oh, I wouldn't expect much. Major road and all that is kept pretty clear, but you passed by the town of Kildrona a couple of hours after leaving. So a slight detour if you're interested in that. I'm not entirely sure why you would be, but you might be there. You might pick up this time of year the kind of posh lot heading back from the shores of the coast, heading back to the city after their summers away. So,
oh, cool.
Keep an eye out for them.
Summer away.
Yeah. But no, we're stationed here, so we don't really do much of the travelling. But
no, fair enough. Well, let me buy you another drink. I'll quickly go to Balrick. Can I have some money?
We'll give a grunt like a.
I have 2 silvers to my name.
I'll pass you a bag of 5 gold.
Perfect.
I only carry sets of 5 gold. So.
Yeah. Because otherwise I'm just going, just put it on our tab.
It's then he can quickly throw some money if a ruffian attempts to mug him.
My silver money clip.
you turn back up at the table with a round a short while after. It's like, you lot are generous. Much appreciated.
Yes.
Come, have a seat.
Well,
Join us for a drink, eh?
Perfect. Arquen's the name.
The name's Captain Stenner. I suppose probably Captain's a bit much. Stenner's the name.
Stenner. Nice to meet you, Stenner. So what do you do for fun around here? Other than drinking, of course.
Yeah, well, when I can get these lot to kind of keep up with me anyway, that is. Drinking's pretty not bad, but, take to fishing in the river when we get some time off. Standard array of games and the like with the lads, once we're off duty, but yeah.
What about arm wrestling? You do that?
Well, I mean, been a while since these old muscles got that kind of work, but
I can see you used to, though. And I sort of nudge him on the shoulder.
You're a cocky little one, aren't you? Well, what are you thinking?
Ooh. How about next round's on you if you win, next round's on me if I win. Wait. Other way around.
How many pints are you at? Go on then.
Not enough.
That sounds like a fun challenge to me. After all, probably going to be buying around for the lads anyway. And it just throws an arm down on the table. Give me a second.
The shirt sleeves come up. Which is one stage before they come straight off. I get through so many shirts.
He's not even the strong one.
Throws his arm down. This large, dwarven mitt that's it's a little uncomfortable for you to grip. It's almost perfectly square in its palm and hand shape, with the stubby fingers and the broad palm. So it's a little
like a spade.
Yeah, it's like trying to arm wrestle. Throws his arm down.
It's also it comes up to about here. Hang on.
He's got the under leverage on you.
Yeah. Low center of mass.
Make me a strength check.
Strength or athletics?
It's strength. It's not an athletic feat. This is pure muscle strength.
Alright. That's still a 22.
That was a 14. So he's just dressing. He immediately not prepared for the strength that you're hitting in. All right then. Maybe another one. Ooh.
Sorry, I know your muscles are tired after a day of work, but don't expect me to go easy on you. Oh my god.
That was 7 from Stella.
A 21.
Enough, mate. You're half my age, lad. Give me one more.
And you're twice my weight.
He's rolled terribly again. He's rolled a 10.
That's 11. Hey!
He's like, this one, like, there's a bit of tension on holding this one. He's like, I'm getting you back.
I'll like...
The muscles aren't what they used to be.
No problem.
Alright, next round's on me, lads. The guys, the various other soldiers that are with him, just like give him like all of a bit of ribs. They're finally able to like have a bit of a go at their like ranking officer for a second.
Yeah.
They'll just like turn to you, pat you on the back, going, "He never pays for a round anyway, mate. Good on you. Cheers." Captain kind of gets up.
I imagine we sort of continue in this manner for quite some time. I'll probably strike up an old soldier's tune.
While you're there, like conversing, a couple of them start talking about kind of various things that like they're expecting to happen around the bridge regiment. One of them mentioned you previously mentioned the town of Kirodrona. One of them mentions that they're expecting a delivery from Kirodrona and like not looking forward to having to wake up early tomorrow to sort out all of the shipment and the processing of everything. The other thing that's mentioned is I was like, do you believe that the other lot were actually talking the truth about that dragon? And the other one's like, yeah, well, they did have a priest with them who seemed to vouch for it, so we probably should have taken them at their word a bit more for it. Oh, yeah, what happened to him anyway? Well, he's probably actually diverting off from them, heading to Kirodrona for a couple of days, actually. Probably should have waited when he could have gone back with the wagons there rather than have to trek on foot, but hey, what are you going to do? That's kind of things that you start kind of overhearing. And then, like, as the drinks kind of continue tonight, they eventually just end up on a very hotly debated topic that clearly splits the camp. And it's whether the legend of the giant fish of the river is real. And, like, there are some that's got... I saw it on a night watch. It jumped up halfway towards the top of the bridge. That thing was terrifying. It took a net with it. The other I was like, how much had you drunk that night? Seriously. And so that this gets properly heated. And it's cleared 2 factions on the side of it.
Probably at this point it's like, right, come on, we're going to go and find it.
What?
Yep. Let's go.
Captain. And the captain's off ordering another round. He's clearly broken the seal on buying rounds at this point. Like, provided we're back in time for morning. Yeah, I want to see whether this thing's real or not.
Absolutely. Got any harpoons?
No. But...
Well, it's not going well.
I didn't think we were planning on hunting it, just planning on seeing it was there. I mean, we can.
Oh, I see, right.
See,
well, you know, if we catch it, imagine the prestige.
Or what if it's a bit of bad luck? Because it's a symbol from the goddess. And we should protect it.
Oh.
Let's see if we can find it first.
Hunt it.
And then we can figure out what we want to do with it. Whether it's a terrifying monster or a blessing.
Right.
The rest of you, what are you up to? very important to the night, Arquen, smashed, getting drunk with soldiers, leaves.
I would
Probably
like
wave.
to arm wrestle for money. See, like, oh, arm wrestling. Well, that sounds fun. Balrick, come on. Come on, you and me. You and me, buddy. Come on.
Would you like any help?
Well, you want to arm wrestle me and bet on... Oh, what
Yeah.
are we doing? Alright, well, let's have an arm wrestle. Do you want... Have you got money to bet on it?
I'll tell you what. I'll get out. Oh, I've still got. Oh, don't worry. It's fine. I'll tell you what I have got. I'll take out a silver piece.
You want me to lend you a bit of money? And then we can
Yeah.
bet on... Alright, here's a gold piece.
All right then. Let's
And
do this.
I'll bet you a gold piece on the arm wrestle.
Do you want?
Okay.
Do you want my help?
Yeah. How? Wait. How?
By helping?
On to a referee.
No, there's no referee in arm wrestle. It's just two arms and they wrestle.
You want to wrestle the arms?
I don't want to wrestle arms.
I'm kind of curious to see what this is. Now, so yes,
Yeah.
yes, I want your help.
Absolutely.
It's
Wait.
all
Is this
It's-
weird help?
you can be the bronze and I can be the brain.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Alright, which one of you wants to win?
Me.
Alright, then
I
Well,
really need the money.
can I have a word with you before we start?
This is very much giving the vibes of like a dad with his like 6-year-old kids trying to convince them to play poker, but they don't know the rules of poker. I'm like, we can get money out of him. We can get
Come on, Dad, play poker with me.
It's like I'll have a secret extra deck. In Kings. Hopkins.
Well,
What do you want to say?
alright. You're going to fucking lose, Balrick. You think you're so tough, but that old age has gotten into your muscles like a disease, and there are worms inside your veins eating away at you, and you're gonna think you're winning, and then all of a sudden you will lose. Because the truth is, Balrick, is you're not strong enough. Not this time. Aderyn's gonna turn away and he's gonna wink at Ximori. Like,
There's no magic involved here. It's purely just like.
I want to be clear. Aderyn is sober as they come right now. I'm baffled. Incredible.
I might take a wisdom save.
Who's your opponent? Old.
Cool.
Look
Right.
at you, balding.
Ximori is waiting there for you, Balrick, as you come back.
The shirt sleeve comes up a little bit, and I'm just like.
I'm sorry. You're holding that in.
you're just the bronze, Balrick. I'm the brains.
Right, strength checks. The two of you.
Physicality and mentality.
Athletics or just strength?
Strength.
Both. Strength.
I don't have acrobatics anyway.
This isn't an athletic feat.
because
It's just you just trying to do this.
26.
5. I haven't got him winning.
Balrick's still just like looking over at Aderyn as Ximori starts.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Please.
Oh, sorry. I was too busy thinking about death.
How do you get 26 on a pure strength check?
I have dominant strength.
Adds Constitution modifier.
Jesus Christ.
That's ridiculous. I forgot that Ximori was just broken.
I'm a beefy boy.
He is broken in so many ways.
And you too can be broken by going to DMsGuild and picking up the Barbarian Reimagined class.
Second Shrek.
Jesus Christ. Well, you smashed me on the first time. I would love to say, like, can I get an advantage from being a size larger, but actually Ximori gets that anyway,
Yes.
so...
Second check. You haven't lost yet. You're just like tilting. You're suddenly like, oh crap, and you're back in the fight.
Oh, Aderyn got in my head, that's all it is.
Second check.
No, okay.
24.
Well, I can't beat that. What? I got 11.
It's just this unrelenting will. Just last one.
Oh, that's a 12.
That's a nat 1.
I think I just broke your arm.
Sprained wrist.
Oh, I've got this control.
Maybe, I think Aderyn's right. I think I need to retire.
Sorry, guys.
I'm talking about you as young as you are.
At this
tall.
point, Stenna, the captain, walks past and just goes, "I've been there, mate." Just with a round going back to the table.
So I take my 1 gold piece and I put it in my pocket.
Alright, you borrowed
Rematch.
1 gold
Do it
piece
again.
from me, and I'll create interest, so that's 2 gold pieces I need back from you.
No, I want this fair and square.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. You won that, and you had the one that I gave you to win it with.
All right, hang on.
And I want paying back now for my gold piece that I let you.
Hang on. Do you also accept? And I get up to. Shall I get up to like check my pockets? I get up to like check my pockets. Okay. Do you also accept? Crossbow bolt. Do you accept that?
Is it worth a gold piece?
Well, I'd quite like some help with it.
You keep your money. Keep both.
I'm going to pull back my coat. There is a crossbow bolt embedded in my abdomen.
Ximori?
I didn't want you to worry about it, so I didn't mention it at the time.
How long have you had that in there?
Where was the last town?
I'm going to slap you.
Nearly 2 full days.
Was that
You
from
get
the
a nat
Castigator
20.
fight?
Yeah, it has to
No,
be.
it was the day. It was the day after
yeah.
the Castigator fight.
I got a nat.
The morning after.
Oh, when Lesley shot you. Right.
Yes.
I got a nat 20 to slap Ximori.
How much damage do
Cancel
you run on
those
attacks do?
unconscious.
Pardon?
How much damage do you run on attacks
1 plus. What? 2?
It's 1 plus strength.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
2 plus strength.
3.
You cast Hunter's Quarry beforehand.
This turned into the arm wrestling championship, so that slapping championship you see on ESPN at 1 a.m.
Oh, we're playing that game.
The claws come out.
Moron.
You slapping Ximori means that Ximori falls into a table and spills some drinks, and then knocks into a guy who knocks some drinks, and then someone punches that guy, and then his friend punches that person.
It is the strength of a guy who can lift, 400 pounds? Casually. So it's a hefty slap.
I like to think with Balrick it's all technique.
There's like a nice crisp.
Balrick just has pure technique.
I imagine that Goliaths have such long arms that it's like.
Sees it coming from a mile away.
Yeah, but
It's like,
Still doesn't move out of the way.
2 to 3 business days. That's gonna suck.
that's slap. That's speed. Them fingers are moving. So,
It's the crispest slap you ever heard.
it's a whip. Literally. Yeah, Ximori, absolute fucking moron. I could have fixed that so easily. Alright, get here.
I mean, we were busy, you know. Had stuff to do.
That's that busy.
I'm gonna take a look around to make sure no one's looking and try to like subtly. I'm gonna get some like ingredients out of my pouch and try to like subtly remove it while casting cure wounds.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check.
Very subtly.
Oh no, you're going to get
Good.
arrested.
No, that's good. And that's +5, so that's 23.
You do it so well Ximori doesn't notice that a spell is cast on them.
Well,
Wow, those are really good.
he doesn't believe Balrick casts spells, does it?
Yeah.
So, I get some like moss out of my component pouch, get some bandages, press it on, and pull the crossbow out and chant a little bit. All right, does that feel better?
Yeah, it does actually.
I mean,
And that feels a lot better.
We'll heal you to max anyway, but for Jesus Christ, it's 2d8, isn't it? So
Yes.
that's 13 plus 3, 16.
You were carrying a lot of stress in your shoulders. I've dealt with it.
All right. If you get injured, you need to tell me immediately.
Okay,
All
I
right.
will do that. Yes.
All right.
Not mad, I'm
Now,
just
Aderyn, was there
disappointed.
anything you wanted to do? I know you've now emotionally eviscerated me.
Well, it's not a lie.
Well, clearly not.
I was just helping.
Okay.
Do you think at all?
You think at all?
It's close to giving Aderyn the vicious mockery cantrip.
My question is this: is this
She's
Sarah
spending too much time with
playing into
Tauri.
Aderyn? Is this Sarah playing into Aderyn kind of being a bit spaced after dying, or is this Sarah just being so tired?
Yes.
Because it could be both.
Fuck you, Chris. Fuck you.
Ow. Maybe we find some other people for Aderyn to do this to, because I'm starting to.
Like, oh, that's like a different type of betting. Like, instead of arm wrestle, it could be like a fashion wrestle, and I could be the judge.
Fashion wrestle.
How
Yeah,
does
like-
one fashion wrestle?
Like, we get people to participate,
David,
and then I just judge them, and then whoever I think is the best is the winner, and people can play bets.
This
We
is
can
an
get everybody involved.
it's an old-fashioned walk-off.
Aderyn von
It's a
Barley's drag
walk-off,
show.
baby.
Drag race.
I think we could convince some drunk people to do it, and it would be easy money.
Yeah, I mean, they're not drunk enough yet, but yeah. Yeah.
Arquen has his signature look, blued steel.
I think because Arquen's off there getting other people drunk, so then we can use them. Right? I want to help make money too, and not go into arm wrestle.
Yeah, we like get the Stormcrest, you know, like show off how fancy they are and how like nice the armor is and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Ximori's on board. Do you think it's a good idea, Balrick?
I really need money.
You know what? I reckon you can go and talk your way out of anything. Go on.
Like, Tauri can get involved as well. She could participate in. We could throw it her way so that she wins. Because obviously they won't bet on her. So if I then am judging and I make her win, you know?
Adrid, do you like, I don't know, get out the wrong side of the bed this morning, or you're really going for people right now?
I mean, in fact, I wouldn't expect to win in an arm wrestling contest.
No, she was saying the fashion show, Tauri. She was going after you.
Oh,
She
well,
was going in on you.
I'm going to win and Aderyn loses. It's easy.
No, Tauri. Adrian was saying you don't have a
Yes, I
chance
know
in
what
hell.
she was saying, but I'm
Is
saying
Aderyn-
she's got it confused.
Is Aderyn still disguised as an old woman, by the way?
No, she hasn't been disguised as an old woman for days.
I
Okay.
can win dressed as an old woman.
I bet you 5 gold, but you can't cheat.
Alright, Balrick? Pay my money. I'm gonna get paid.
Who's judging this?
Aderyn's gonna storm off and get changed into the old lady.
I jump up on the table.
What is
Ye olde
happening?
David Bowie. Ye olde David Bowie walks in and is like, I think I can be of assistance.
We've got an incredible show for you here tonight. All of you are going to be witness to the greatest fashion walk-off you've ever seen. I don't know what it is either. Don't know. No, I don't know what it is, but it's going to be really good.
Ximori,
Shut up.
Ximori, make me a
Watch it.
persuasion or performance check. Your choice.
Intimidate.
Right, look. Natural 20. For a total of 24.
This has completely gone not where Gethin was expecting.
Whole notes about the world. Not relevant. The bar stops when a elf as broad as they are tall jumps on top of a table and starts belting out to the music stops. The bartenders stop pouring drinks and just looking over at you as you start bellowing out that there's going to be a fashion off, and you're like, what the... Sure, sounds good. People start like making a catwalk by moving tables to the side.
Bets
Derek
will
is
of course
like,
be taken by this tall bastard here. And I grab Balrick.
Oh, this is because I'm the only one who can count.
the land,
Yes.
Come on, Bookie.
the landlady walks over to you and just goes, "I'm sorry, what the?" It does seem that people in this
10%?
book.
10%. 10%,
Certainly,
yeah.
I would appreciate knowing exactly what's going to happen, though.
I'll be honest, so would I.
We've got 2 extremely fashionable people with us.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a competition to see who's the best looking.
Right. Okay. So it's just 2 people, and then what's the bar's going to vote on this?
We could have more contestants. Anyone else who thinks they're up for it?
Sure. Let's have an excellent idea. Let's have an entry fee. 5 single silver piece to enter. Person wins half the pot. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Not complicated at all. Right, everyone, we're having
deal.
the inaugural competition of the Empty Fish Fashion Walk.
It's the Empty Fish Gala!
The Empty Fish Gala. Anyone who wishes to flaunt off their fashion choices and or good looks, please make yourself known to the very tall Goliath gentleman over here. You will notice him by the dragon that is underneath his feet that I'm sure all of you have been noticing all evening. This entire exhibition is endorsed by the dragoness herself. So please, should you wish to enter, walk up, pay the fee, and enter. And the walk-off will begin in an hour. So get yourselves ready and pretty just in time. Right, I'm going to go continue.
And for
serving
those of
drinks.
you, drinks! Get yourself drinks, because it's not going to be a night you're going to want to...
She just turns to Balrick and Ximori and just goes, I don't know who you are, but keep doing what you're doing. And she like wanders back to the bar and just like has to start helping out the bartenders and everyone's rushed to the bar to start ordering drinks.
Ulrich's eyes have glazed over and his mouth is agape. And he's like,
To be
2
clear,
minutes.
Lesley's entering as well. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
obvious.
Lesley's name was somehow down on the sign-in form first. We hadn't even created the form yet. It came with Lesley's name already
Ulrich
in.
is in shock, and as is in shock, someone passes him a pen and paper and puts one of the caps on him that doesn't have a top, you know, it's just got the thin sort of
Visor.
a bookie's visor. It's like, no,
Right,
I'm writing down names.
2 for 1 odds on the dragon.
Balrick, you are roped into being one of the judges. The landlady, who at this point has introduced herself as Cammy, also is one of the judges. And a 3rd judge is sourced from somewhere. You do not know who this person is.
It's David Bowie.
Could Arquen have heard that this is
It's a
going
very
on from
David
outside
Bowie
and be
looking
like,
merchant
hang on.
who is apparently well known for creating like a seamstress of some kind, just sitting there with her boots up on the table already, just getting ready. He's going to be fantastic.
So, in the room where I've gone to get changed,
Yes.
is there any iconography or any sort of decoration, anything to do with the Dragoness or with the Jade Empire?
Yeah, all of the rooms that you have, every room in this place would come with a small shrine of some kind. It's very like rudimentary bowl with like a fairly simple like carving out of stone of the Dragoness.
Stone. So is it like a little figurine?
Yes.
Okay, anything lighter?
Yeah, with it, they would come underneath the bowl to make sure it absorbs sillages. There would be like a small like piece of cloth that's kind of got a pattern of some kind in it.
Excellent. Can I create a crown out of the cloth, like that kind of like ties into the hood of the old lady outfit? Like I'll just like tie the cloth and like tie it around the head, and can that secure the bowl in place where I then put the statue on top?
Make me a dexterity check.
Oh, the statue when you hold it. Oh the goddess.
Shut up! Don't question the fashion.
I'm so fascinated.
17.
17. It's precarious. It'll hold. It's whether how well it holds while strutting is going to be the challenge.
Okay. Oh, that's risky.
You've got a statue there.
There may
He's
be a
gonna, like-
subsequent check involved.
It's an all or nothing kind of play.
Can she do a practice strut in the room?
Sure. Make me.
There's
make me,
no time.
make me an acrobatics check.
That's a nat 1.
You instantly trip over the old lady like hem of the dress that you've got. It goes clattering across the room. The water, like the low level of water in the bowl, goes scattering everywhere. The rock, the stone thing goes tumbling into the wall, and there is a small mirror in here that like gets knocked off the side and slams onto the floor, face down, and you're like, did I just break a mirror?
Heard.
Arquen's got
The cloth is still fine though, right?
The cloth is still wrapped around your head, yeah.
Awesome. She's just gonna like rethink her outfit and just close the door as she leaves to make sure no one sees the giant mess.
Arquen's got like a bowl of oil in front of him, and he's just like, "Need some work, honey," as he's like rubbing it into his muscles.
You're out hunting a fish right now. You have no idea this is happening.
Can I ask for divine interference to make me take part in a fashion show?
You chose a fish. You're getting a fish.
No, I don't want to fish. I want to walk.
But for the sake of this, everyone but Chris will be playing someone who does enter the fashion show. So make up an NPC.
Yeah, Arquen. Oh no, my brother, Arquen.
That's a plot twist.
Tauri would like to spend the next hour changing.
Okay.
I will use up my
Side note,
inspiration if it,
you are
if
sharing the same room as Aderyn, so you head up in here.
Tauri just goes into one of the other rooms that we've booked and changes in there.
Okay, your clothes aren't in there. Your clothes are in the room with
Fair
Aderyn.
point. Fine, I'll go into. I will open the door and go in.
You're cheating. You can't see my outfit until I'm ready.
Gavin, can I give you my inspiration in order to take part in this fashion show?
Yes.
However, it will be a disadvantage because you are drunk by now.
Yeah, you're quite drunk. What we will say.
Yeah,
is
it's actually in our campaign guide. The alternative uses for inspiration. You don't want to enter a fashion show.
Arquen, what we'll do for you is we will jump to you outside hunting a fish. You will come back with about 10 minutes before the fashion show begins, getting caught up really quick. Just like,
Lads, get me some oil.
So, fishing while very people are getting ready. You head out.
Looks up, a terrified look in their eyes. Oh my god, there's a fashion show!
You head out with two of these Stormcrest, all of you like stumbling into each other a little bit. One of them, the heavy, like the fish doesn't exist, mate. Froth, listen to me. It's just a rumour that goes around for all of the newbies. I swear to God. And he just turns back to you and just goes, "You don't know that, Verd. For Christ's sake, I saw it. I swear. It was a big old shape in the river and it jumped out 10 feet. 10 feet out of the river. It took a net with it."
Let our eyes be the judge.
You stumble to the edge of the riverbank. It's a gorge, essentially. Like it is like a 50-foot drop down to the rapidly moving river below. You can see the fishing net suspended on the bridge.
Arquen was like, ooh, not cannonball. Oh, catapult ball.
Make me a perception check at disadvantage.
Even with disadvantage, that's a 19.
A 19. You are out there. There's a very point where you're just like, you're leaning further and further, and you're like, oh, no, can't lean any further than that. The vertigo starts setting in briefly with the drunk. You're like, you see some pretty big shapes moving in the dark water, like caught in a reflection, but like nothing legendarily sized. It's a boat.
Oh,
like a fishing
no.
boat.
What were the two guys' names again?
Froth and Verd.
Who thinks that it does exist?
Froth thinks it exists. Verd doesn't think it exists.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Froth. It's looking like it doesn't quite exist, or it's maybe just not here at the moment.
It only turns up on special occasions, right? It's not just gonna do tricks for us, is it?
Oi! Do a trick!
Froth just starts leaning further and further over the edge.
Oh.
No, I saw it. Next time I see it, I'm gonna get you out. We're gonna do patrols together from now on, you and I. And eventually you'll see it. Maybe if you stick around, you'll see it. I don't.
Eventually, a blossoming relationship forms between them as they spend many moonlit nights on the bridge.
And many months from now, Froth gets down on one knee with a ring in the shape of a fish. And while they are posing, staring into each other's eyes, the giant fish jumps out of the water and they miss it both.
No, Froth sees it.
No. It comes up and just slaps one of them in the back of the head. And then goes back again. It's like, see? It does exist! What the hell?
This relationship.
We can't start this. We can't get engaged on a lie, Froth. I love you, but you've gotta let this go.
Eventually, 20 years down the line, they realize they can move past it. But at that point, they've moved on from each other. One of them's got a family. But then, when they're old and grey, eventually they get back together on the bridge. Anyway, yeah, that's the life of Froth and
That's a
Bert.
beautiful story.
At this point, Arquen walks back into a tavern with an absolute hubbub. Before it was noisy, like people talking, but now it's just focused. Everyone's on the thing. Tables have been moved to a large walkway, such that the bards that are on the side are playing music for this. A curtain has been drawn, set up very ramshackly, and Balrick is sitting behind a desk next to an androgynous-looking, you think, elf, who's just sitting there casually in turned-down boots, very tight trousers, massive collar, looking very casual, blown out hair, and then Cammy, the Dragonborn half-elf, sitting there in the middle, very eager for the large amount of silver that is currently on the table. That is the pot.
Balrick still looked like someone's fucking slapped him. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Which is ironic, because he slapped me.
I immediately assess the situation and I know what's going on, and I'm like, bro, get me some oil. You get me some high proof hooch.
Sure. Just sprint up. One of them comes back with a bunch of like lantern oil pulled out of a now very quickly extinguished outdoor lantern.
Good enough.
The oil is warm. It's like too much.
That'll do.
And the other one comes back with a couple of glasses of essentially like rice wine.
Yeah.
And just like hands you to the three of them, and the three of you toast to whatever the fuck is happening right now.
I keep one of them for later. That's part of the gig.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do some slight modifications to my armor, and I put my helmet on, which is the full like Sutton Hoo face covering kind, with a big slash across it, I believe.
From a glaive to kill.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? I'll tell you what, I'll set the stage. Lesley does not let anyone else go first.
Just to say, I have changed into my full performance outfit.
Yeah.
So, like, I've gone the works.
Chris, roll
So,
me
imagine...
2d10, please, as well.
The fuck is that for? You doing?
How much is in the pot?
It is how much?
I'm so sorry for starting.
How much was
this.
that? 11. So there are 11.
Why are you sorry?
There are 11 entrants to this competition. You've already agreed that Cammy is taking 10% of the pot. Half the remainder of the pot is given to the winner.
This is a tiny pot.
And then you get the rest. So you get 40% of the take, essentially.
Did you say it's 1 silver piece entry?
Good business.
I'll change it to gold.
Yeah, make it a gold. Make it a gold. I give Balrick one of the gold he gave me.
Lesley is the first to come out.
I slap him on the ass.
Some of you will remember a long time ago, back in the town of Calcare, Lesley went missing for half a day. And in that half a day, he told you that he bought a metric ton of scarves. And this is the first time that you have seen every single one of those scarves on display. His sheer shirt, it's only scarves. That's all he's wearing. They are tastefully and not so tastefully placed in places as he moves and ballet dances and swishes around using scarves as swords in a weirdly overly erotic display, which you fully expect from the man. There is any of you with a passive perception above 10, which is all of you, catch far too much of Lesley that some of you wish you hadn't seen. But he is having far too much fun winking at every single person in the room, male, female, androgynous, or just a table that he thought was a halfling.
Hey, how you doing?
A slightly oddly shaped chair.
And he finishes it by grabbing a goblet of wine that was in front of Cammy, winking, blowing a kiss over the goblet of wine, downing it and putting it back down in front of her before sashaying away, unaware that the scarf that was around his waist covering his ass is completely gone. And that tight-toned former athlete ass is just seen wandering away back behind the curtain as Lesley gets this show underway. And also, I cannot wait for Emma to watch this episode.
The one time that Emma's not in here.
This might be the most traumatic experience Balrick's ever had. And Balrick's got an awful lot of trauma in his backstory.
I am standing on a chair, just sort of bellowing as like a maitre d' to this.
I'm going to roll a performance check for Lesley.
Describing the
Not a great roll, but
I'm also, before you write that down, I'm going to use cutting words.
Oh my god!
I'm going
You catty bitch!
I'm going to tweak
Is
my
that
voice
not-
so it doesn't sound as much like Tauri. I'm just going to say, put it away! Nobody likes it that small.
Can we
which
do
the
a
judges
perception
all
check?
hear?
Take off 5.
Thank you.
Devastating!
Everyone's like, it was flopping about a bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's very much that people were not prepared for that. People were expecting something, and there is a lot of some uncomfortableness as to, is that what this show is going to be? After that, who wants to go next? You are interspersed with other random NPCs who are not nearly as interesting as all of you.
Yeah.
But Andrew, if you do want to introduce an NPC at any point, or be Ximori, feel free. Who wants to go next?
Fuck it, Arquen will go next.
Right, citizens, we've got something special for you now. Coming through, coming down.
Ximori is the MC for this event.
Coming down
Ximori's
the
just Steve
stairs.
Harvey at
He's
Miss
the
Universe.
Fae who makes you faint of heart. Coming down the stairs is the Fae that makes you faint at heart. It's the bronze boy himself. It's Arquen.
He full posing. He's got his like chainmail on with his cloak like covering him, which then like goes off. He's modified the closing down the front that he can just pull on one of the cords and it goes and like comes apart to show he is shirtless and oiled. He then struts down and then like takes his like chainmail off and throws it into the crowd. But that thing weighs like 40 pounds. So someone is
crushed.
now. Someone's gone. Like,
Oh no, it's Arquen.
now he's
You see the captain that you'd met previously. The chainmail just goes swinging at him. He's like, what? Catches it and like starts blushing holding this chainmail.
yeah. Like you can see through the eyes that I just wink at him. And then yeah, like strutting down. I'm now oiled, topless, like just like my like chain legs and everything. But with the helmet still on, like long sword at my side, like get to the end and pose. And then what you don't know is that he took a shot, or he's holding a shot of high-proof alcohol in his mouth. And as he draws his ghost flame sword, he like sprays it into the air, setting a light to a small section of the room, and just like put that out.
Very quickly put out.
And then turns one last like muscular like show, and then out.
Roll me a performance check.
Do I have at all advantage because of my rustic hospitality?
No.
Why not?
Your rustic hospitality got you a bunch of information out of Stormcrests.
I find great camaraderie with people that I am amongst. I mean, I don't know why I'm complaining. That's a 23.
I'm also cutting words in as well.
How dare you, bitch!
Tauri is a catty
It's
bitch.
full on drag race, motherfuckers.
I tried to do it when he breathes the fire. I rolled an 8. I can't really get much better. And just say, stop setting things on fire. Also, why are you so sweaty?
I think what Tauri manages to do is actually cause the fire to be a minor problem. Which, like, for Cammy, as the judge who owns the bar is just like, marks Arquen down a couple of points for property damage.
Tauri just chucks a few napkins on it to get it going.
What I'm loving is the
being
absolute
allowed.
sabotagery of this when I think regardless, you lot are going to win the money back.
I am absolutely aware that was your voice.
Oh yeah, Tauri's not
I'm-
subtle
I'm
enough
not-
for this. You know it's Tauri.
I was going to say, can I roll to notice? I'm going to mark that down.
Arquen, what was the total roll, sorry? Minus the 8?
23.
Minus the 8?
Minus the 8 is
15.
15. Can I take bless,
Bless wouldn't help you.
please?
You know the rules. Bless
I
does
bend
not help ability checks.
I mean,
Can I spend an inspiration?
I have 2 inspiration, I believe.
You could re-roll your d20.
You still got
Can I
that
make-
-8.
Can I make Tauri? I can't get much better than that. Can I make Tauri reroll
No!
the 8?
You are where you are.
Alternative uses.
This is the best PvP ever.
I'm ensnaring, striking her.
With what?
A goblet.
Next up, a very attractive halfling woman does take to the stage, wearing a fairly nice kind of like gown, much more like classic. Clearly, someone who is traveling. It's a decent display. She doesn't clearly have the bravado of the two people that have previously gone on. But the dress itself is a very high quality that does get some decent marks from Bo Davey, who is the other judge, and does quite well actually.
Can I? Now, I can't heckle quite as well as Tauri can, but can I find some rats? Or dogs? Either work.
Roll me an investigation check while someone else goes.
I'm giving myself
I am going to
disadvantage.
force Tauri because of how much she's interfering. Tauri cannot go last. You're making too much of a name for yourself. You are going to get shoved
Yeah.
on stage by Ximori.
right, I'll go next then out of the 4 of us.
And citizens of the Empire, here comes another one. She's the hammer. Who's really gonna slam you? It's Tauri Silverhammer.
So I am dressed in the, ignoring them without the mask, the outfit that I wore to the really posh ball we went to.
Right, yeah.
I've done my hair, I've done my makeup.
Which, for the record,
It was the
looked like what?
masquerade.
Yeah, it looked like what for people who weren't part of this campaign when you were dressed like that?
So I think it was basically it's a bit like the outfit that I was wearing at the start. So full length. Hold on, I need to remember. It's basically my bard outfit, but I got rid of the upper thing, and it was just the corset with like the skirt and the boots. So basically, I lost like the flowing sleeves and everything. If I remember correctly.
I love that to explain this, you went back to an earlier outfit even further before he was part of the campaign.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that outfit is still part of this outfit. Oh no, that was a bit more travelling. So it's the normal corset that you often see me wearing when we're not fully travelling. So a light blue with a flowing kind of royal blue cloak with dragon scale shoulder pieces. What you haven't seen before, because Tauri's never actually gone full fancy, is a matching full-length skirt that is the same colour as her corset. And what you can see there, you can see in silver dragon pattern kind of going around it, so it looks like there's a dragon kind of going around the skirt. And she comes out with her lute/guitar, whatever one we're going to call it. And then when she gets up to the front, we'll start singing and playing. I don't know what she's going to sing and play.
Sing right now. No,
Tauri gets stage fright.
No, she starts telling a tale of basically talking about the different dragons and how they're all interlinked. And as part of that, she's not going to cast spells because that seems like a bad plan to do right now, considering everything that's going on. But she tries to make it so that people can almost see the dragon kind of going in between them and flying all around them. And then it finishes off by...
Wait, hold on. Says isn't going to cast spells, but try and make people see things that aren't there.
Make people imagine that they can see them.
Okay. That's a challenge.
I'm imagining a cheese board.
Yes. I don't really feel like casting, silent image at the moment, because I feel like that might be a bad plan.
Okay.
Don't you have a license to do such things?
Yes, and the last time I did that, I still got told off. So
No, the last time you used illusion magic to walk around a town in disguise, not a performance. Your license is for performing.
Tauri is talking about doing it as a performance. Last time she got told off because the mayor said that she was the one who started the fire.
No, last time that was because you claimed to create a massive Sauron eye in the middle of a theatre.
That is what happened.
For any... I get what Bryn's saying. Bryn's saying, like...
Yeah.
Sorry?
Tauri didn't do a Sauron eye before.
No, but you took credit for Aderyn doing it.
Yeah, you said you did it, even though Aderyn did it.
Right.
Which again, not performing.
Trying to keep it all profile.
Roll me a...
Yeah, she's trying to keep a relatively low profile on the magic side.
Roll me a performance check. This is not what anyone was expecting. How this was sold to people was a fashion show. And you have come out performing, which has changed the atmosphere.
It's a talent show now.
Yes, it's now a talent show, apparently. But
Mark it down, Balrick. That's not the button.
Mark down.
That wasn't in the...
Not following the rules.
Oof. Disqualification, surely.
27.
That is a high roll.
So, what I was doing with the rats...
Physically can't roll any higher. My dice have decided they want me to try and do well today. I'm not going to fight them on this.
This probably won't work. And I never expected to beat the bard in a fashion show, but can I find some rats and you speak with animals? Or a pack of dogs? I'll give you this whole thing of cheese.
Roll me an investigation
in
check.
this place.
Roll me an investigation
I
check.
already did. I gave myself disadvantage. It was still a 15.
15. There are rats to be found. There are rats to be found.
Yes. Okay. Cool. I pull out some cheese. Look, I'll give you this entire thing of cheese. If you run on that stage and just make a whole bunch of noise, just run all over the place.
This is the Piper story in real life.
Lads, he's gonna give us cheese if we get on stage.
In fact,
How are we feeling?
I'll give you this cheese.
Yeah.
And I'll give you this bread as well. I'm going to use that entire ration to bribe these things.
Lads, now's not the time for stage fright. Get on the stage. It's like a collection of rats.
They form a choir in the back.
They just start doing a hand dance. A bunch of rats getting legs proper up high up to snout level.
While I was doing this, I wasn't just like stationary on the stage. I was kind of like walking all around.
No, this isn't anything helping.
Rats doing jazz squares.
And I am trying to remain stealthy amongst all of this.
Hold on. I need to figure something out. What is the charisma stat of a rat?
No. I don't think it has one.
It's -3.
It's -3. Right.
What about a swarm of rats? Is it different? Are they somehow more charismatic in a swarm?
The rats are gonna make.
There's just more of them.
The rats are gonna make a performance check and deduct the total from Tauri's roll with a -3.
It's a -4 for the swarm. The swarm is a -4.
It's definitely a swarm. It's -4. Okay, Tauri loses. Tauri, your score is reduced by 6.
Okay, so 21.
21. A number of people think the rats are under your control.
So, wow, that's amazing. She's got tamed rats.
Okay, I'm like, no, you're not meant to add to the performance. Oh shit! I pull the curtain across.
And the Pied Piper story was born. Who's next?
There's one rat who takes the stage. So now the end is near. But only you can hear that because I speak with animals. Only Arquen can hear it. Everyone else just hears squeak, 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 squeak.
He's the Botticelli of his time.
It isn't long before a member of the staff comes up and just shoos the rats off the stage because it's not a great look.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
And Arquen is coming up to
you
take
can
the Botticelli.
just hear the rats saying to you, Arquen, just go, no, don't make them play the music. I've got so much fun.
Alright, I'm sorry, Gethin, but you've made this animal too charismatic, and now I'm taking it with me.
Roll me an animal handling check.
Hey, look, the good news. The good news is we've now got a cart snack for Derek.
Oh my god, Derek is the reason the rats get chased off the stage. Derek starts chasing the rats like a rat.
Check the wisdom save as he looks at the 5.
I'm pressured with animal handling, so that's the 17.
17. You saved one rat from the massacre.
It's the one that was singing.
Yeah.
Don't worry, my friend. Anyway, I think it's time for the grand finale.
Okay.
This better be impressed. You need to beat the rat choir.
Right before.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've saved the best until last.
Okay,
You
right
are not
before
ready.
I get on, can I mentally tell Derek, when I get to the end of the catwalk and I strike a pose, if you want, you can come stand next to me and also strike a pose, okay? When I reach the end. Only if you want to, Derek, if you want to be part of it.
Roll me an animal handling check.
She can have advantage.
Okay.
And now,
My animal, you can have
Genesis of the Empire. Your last act of the night.
18 plus 2, so that's a dirty 20.
You just get back from Derek. Okay.
Okay.
Please come all the way from the far off lands of South to be here tonight.
Okay. Aderyn's gonna step on stage and she's dressed in the granny clothes, but like with a cloth on her head. And she's put all of the fancy rings, like jewelry rings, in one hand. So one hand is absolutely decked.
She looks like
she's
Homer
gonna
Simpson
raise
in
that
that one
hand.
Simpsons episode.
She's gonna raise that hand with all the bling, and she's gonna say, "In the eyes of the dragoness, true beauty is not in glittering fineries or honeyed words. It is in her devotion and in an honest raising of glasses amongst friends." And this is what she looks like.
That's the jonker.
Gonna like hide the hand, flick the like empire, like Jedi Empire icon from the cloth, and walk down in a strike a pose.
Tauri's going to call out, "She disrespected the Empire!"
Shut the fuck up!
Arquen, give me an athletics check. Tauri, give me acrobatics.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna like just push Tauri at this point. Shut up!
Do I not get a dex save?
That's why it's acrobatics. It's a grapple check, is what this is.
I'm dissing all the fancy clothes. I'm saying that, you know, you don't need fancy clothes to be fashionable for
You
drag
came
race.
up with the idea?
Not a 22, by the way.
Wait, what am I rolling?
No, you're not rolling.
Oh.
Arquen, what did you roll?
Oh, I got a 25.
So Tauri,
Cutting words.
you don't have. You're trying to cutting words when Arquen body crashes you.
Yeah, you can't do another
don't get
reaction.
along. He just body slams you. Tauri's like, ah! Tauri goes clattering into a table.
She's wrong.
Arquen pinning you down, hand over the mouth.
As the daughter of a rock star.
Okay,
Get ragged.
can I just do this? I will accept this. However, I would like to make an unarmed attack on his nipples. Because I'm getting-
Oh no, they're so oiled.
I'll give you advantage.
Because the nipples are oiled.
I'll give you
I
advantage.
have an AC of 10 at the moment.
Surely there's a disadvantage because his nipples are so slippery.
That's true. I'm oil.
The funniest thing is, I literally rolled a 10.
You take 1 point of tweaking damage. I'm sorry, Aderyn. You're being
I'm so sorry.
As Aderyn walks to the end of the stage, making this proclamation, I need you to make me a performance check. As Deck comes running out, you have advantage, and Deck just like Deck, for the first time we ever see, actually like raises up on 2 legs with like counterbalancing with his giant tail, and just like flashes a pose.
Yeah. Like a lion gallant. A lion rampant.
Like Alex the Lion from Madagascar. Yeah!
Total 27.
Yeah.
I will point out, Tauri will be saying that it's cheating because if Dirk should win it, not her.
Hey, you had rats.
No one's won yet. There are judges to decide.
That's true.
Oh my god, I'm
And
dying.
ladies and gentlemen, a surprise last entrant.
Dirk.
And what I would like to do is to like take off my jacket and just fucking flex it off.
Roll me a performance check.
There's like beads of sweat across your body from like how hot it is, and they just like explode off.
Performance, that's a 23.
Yeah.
Tauri, if you want, you can cutting words down.
I
from
can
underneath
get my
Arquen.
hand off of Tauri's mouth at this point.
I hope you didn't blind anyone with that white skin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been the Alabaster Company.
Take off 3.
Dirty 20.
21.
Not bad.
20.
I throw a rat at your face. Wait, no, give me Raticus back. He has such a promising singing career.
Just Ozzy Osbourne the rat.
That's how we end the show, with Ximori biting the head off a rat. I don't think we care tonight, guys.
We paid for
This is
room.
the best game of
I caused the fire, you bit the head off a rat.
I will point out, we've probably brought in about 50 gold for her after the drinks and
Yeah.
after this pot.
This is the best night of business she's had in months.
At which point, with the rat moment, Cammy just stands and was like, right, The judges are going to deliberate for a little bit. All of you get around in while we wait, and we will toast the winner in a few moments.
I hand Ximori a mop. Like, the least you can do is clean up his blood.
The two judges gather with you.
Whenever we do anything fun, I end up mopping up blood.
And just start. They just start discussing with you.
Of course, you have your own mop that's got like your name on it.
Well, that wasn't
Ximori's blood mop.
They turn to you, Balrick. Well, that wasn't what I was expecting, but certainly entertaining.
If you say so. Darling, maybe?
Well, anyway, we need to come up with a winner. I personally don't think it looks great for the bar to have someone dancing with rats, but they were very talented. So,
I think the rats actually might have been a bit better. I'm inclined to think that she brought the rats down.
oh, it was an interesting performance. And the boy's like, yes, well, I'm a big fan of there being little critters in a performance of this kind, but I don't think it really worked with her aesthetic. I would have expected something more like, cats or dogs rather than rats.
A bizarre choice. A bizarre...
What did you think of the first man? I thought his scarves were... it was an interesting choice.
I will be honest.
God, I would...
Darling.
It's not the kind of...
I saw...
It's not the kind of thing I want my tavern to be known for.
Yeah. Way too...
Bo was just like, I don't know, I thought he was rather attractive. Might go see what...
God, I would kill to be part of this conversation.
Regardless of attractiveness, I saw, everything.
See, and these.
There is somewhat some merit to leave them wanting more, I suppose. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fascinating.
I don't know about you guys. I did the rating system. I've rated him. I've put basically nude, made me uncomfortable, fairly athletic. 4 out of 10.
Clearly, there's actually only one rating method. It's charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Style,
Yeah, I
aggression.
just saw it.
That's the episode title.
I'm going to be demonetized for it, Geth, but...
Don't care.
How will they know, Bryn?
What was the end?
How
Sorry.
will the advertisers know?
It's charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. It's a drag show thing.
I'm actually
It's a drag show thing.
Give me some time.
Basically, the deliberation comes down to the last 3 in particular. Being the rather talented performance that was quite different from everyone else. The person who made a rather interesting statement about the whole ordeal. Kind of a subversion on the topic. And then, to be honest, it was a very decent closing of the show from the elf, if I'm not going to lie.
No, I am going to disagree with this. Ximori gets a 0 because Ximori didn't pay the entrance fee, so they're disqualified.
Oh, that is a shame. Oh,
You're buying me a new shirt.
Well, they're removed. So, I suppose it's a choice between 2 lovely young ladies then. Bo turns around and goes, honestly, I could take either of them. I personally loved the statement against culture, but also I am a bit of a fan of the music, so I'll leave it up to you two.
It was a great performance. I thought the raps were excellent, although we've discussed whether it's consistent stylistically. And you know what, the outfit, and this was initially a fashion show, was fantastic. Though this was supposed to be a fashion show, so I've deducted points for that. It's not a talent show, it was fashion. The second thing I deducted points for was, I don't know if you guys noticed, I noticed the poor sportsmanship throughout.
Oh?
Heckling the other contestants, being extremely rude. So I'd have to go for.
I didn't notice that, but that is concerning. That's not the kind of culture we want to breed at this show. We want it to be a fair competition between all parties.
The library was not open. You cannot read. And I will leave that to fester. You need to watch more drag.
Well, I think in that case then, we possibly have a winner. Someone who subverted the nature of what it means to be fashionable and significant, shall we say. Eventually, Cammy's like, we'll give it a little bit. There still seems to be a queue at the bar, but after a short while, everyone's kind of gathered their drinks, headed back. Cammy takes to the stage with the two judges. It's like, well, for an inaugural event that was definitely planned in advance, this has been quite a fantastic show. Obviously, presided over by our wonderful new patron, gesturing towards Derek. And I would love to thank my two kind judges who took time out of their evening to join this endeavour. Please, everyone, give a round of applause to our judges. And there's like tankards slamming on the table. But without further ado, I think it is time for the judges' decision. It was an excellent performance with a number of unexpected events and additions to various people's displays of their fashion, guile and grace upon the new Ratwalk.
That's what it's now known as forever. The Ratwalk.
This was the first time one's ever been done, you know?
Yeah.
Catwalk exists. We don't know what a catwalk is, so it's officially just a ratwalk. We've got everything now. Every fucking show is going to have a ratwalk on it.
Canon forever.
In third place, we have the wonderfully dressed, talented seamstress Prina and the halfling who had previously gestured. It was very clear. She didn't necessarily have any character to her, but the dress alone got them to a decent stand.
Yeah. Considering that she didn't know this was going to happen until it was happening.
Yeah.
Astounding.
In second place,
she just goes around dressed like that.
In second place, after a fantastic performance with a wonderful display of backing dancers supporting her, we have the supremely talented, and I sincerely hope she will serenade us with the song for the rest of the evening, Tauri Silverhammer. And there's a round of applause goes all around for Tauri. Tauri was brought up to the stage where you are handed a bottle of rather nice wine as a kind of second place prize. And ladies and gentlemen, in first place and winner of the first ever Empty Fish fashion extravaganza, now named as the Effies, we have Aderyn von Barley!
I like this when she gets on stage again. And she's gonna take off the old lady. Pose.
At which point...
Statue. At that point, the statue falls out.
Ximori and I come up behind you, put you on our shoulders.
At which
I think the breakdown of charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent for each performance.
At which point,
5 gold.
Bo, Aderyn wins 5 gold. You get 4 gold, I think, Balrick.
What?
She's taking 10%.
Less than he.
I think it was 11 people plus 4 in here. 15 gold, 10% to the bar, gold and a half. Half of that then to prize winner.
Yep. And then half
That's
to you
gonna be
as the inventor of this competition.
We'll round to 7 gold then.
Yeah.
And then 7 directly to me.
Yeah.
Not the judges. I'm gonna give a gold each to each of the judges.
Okay. As you do so, Bo turns to you and just goes, I'm sorry, did I hear her surname correct? Von Barley.
Hey.
She's related
Bon
to
Barley, surely.
Von Barley.
Hey. Yeah. Supposedly.
Fascinating. Excuse me. And he and he heads over, and for the rest of the evening, genuinely is infatuated with you. Wants to know everything about touring with Von Barley. He is a huge fan and a massive performer himself from the Empire, who introduced so as Beau David.
Do you want the breakdown of charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent for each character?
Sure.
Yeah.
I've done one. Can you remind me what Lesley rolled on their charisma? Actually?
So Lesley rolled an 8 on the D20. Wasn't great. Got a -5 from Tauri. Got a +4 from their martial die, and a +6 from their own performance for a total of 13.
Oh,
13.
I've got Lesley listed as a 3 charisma, 3 uniqueness, 5 on nerve. I have to give it
Is this out of 5?
and a 3 on talent. Yeah, out of 5. And a 3 on Tilly on the athletic ability of it and stuff. For a total of 14. Arquen, I got a 4 on charisma. Did well, but did suffer a bit from the heckling.
Yeah.
3 on uniqueness. Fairly unique.
Yeah. Not the uniquest.
Yeah. 3 on nerve. I feel like you were just doing things that came naturally. You know, your souls, your fire breathing. But then a 4 on talent.
That's the first time he's ever breathed fire. That was. I did mean to say, like, should I roll for this?
I'll give you a 4 on nerve then. I'll bump that up. That actually puts you ahead of Lesley. Lesley was
I
on
mean,
14.
you wouldn't know that it was his first time, so
Maybe I would
those
do
are 3
You
then.
were Dragonborn. You were Dragonborn. So I assume that it was not as much nerve. Tauri, I've got a 5 on charisma. Obviously, very showy. A 3 on uniqueness. And I think that's purely on the rats. That would if doing a song, it would have been a 1 on uniqueness, but the rats brought you up. And 2 on nerve, because like it's just you doing your job. But again, you're on stage with rats. But then a 5 on talent, which also brings you up to a 15. So tied with Arquen actually in the end. But then Aderyn got a 5 on charisma, a 5 on uniqueness. It was bizarre and horrifying. A 5 on nerve was incredibly strange.
I will point out that I feel like Aderyn is just strange, so it's not nerve for her.
Wow.
It's Aderyn being herself, and she's been an old woman for at least 2 weeks to hide from the people. So therefore, it's not nerve.
As an old woman.
Tauri is furious.
She literally fought a battle as an old woman. I will point out.
I would like to clarify, she died multiple times in a battle as an old woman.
So,
So how is there any nerves anymore? What can be worse than dying as an old woman?
Yeah, she's also currently suffering from PTSD. But so that's a 17 overall, so Aderyn does win on points as well.
We need to get Chris on Drag Race. That was honestly a pretty good, like, judging of the drag show.
That's incredible. I think all of us need a break.
I'm gonna go and be like,
Yeah.
I do. So I think
how you make money?
Balrick at the end of that got really into it, like he was like mechanically like maths and like
Yeah.
I think we're gonna take a break there, and we will pick up with the evening dying down. A number of people having far too much to drink, starting to head back to either their garrison or their rooms upstairs. But the tavern starts quieting down, such that if there's anything any of you want to do in the evening, is still time, or you can jump forward to the next morning. But we'll pick up there in a little bit, because I need to have a break. Jesus Christ. and welcome back. We're going to pick right up with the competition coming to a close. The tavern starting to empty after the night's impromptu entertainment. Basically all the Stormcrests have left at this point. They kind of have a job to do next morning. Well,
Is Captain Stenner single?
roll me a d20.
13.
Once again,
Yes.
the horniest member of any party is Hugh.
It's the Paladin.
So, is there a Mrs. Stenner or a Mr. Stenner?
No. Yeah, I ended up in the army and that was it.
I know what that's like. Well, lovely. Nothing but a
Do you want this?
temporary companion.
Do you want this back? I mean, I'm not
How
complaining.
about in the morning?
Alright. I don't know who was sharing a
And I will
room with
go, like-
Arquen, but by the time they go up to bed, there's a sock on the door.
Wait.
I will
I
let
don't
you
know. I'm supposed to sleep
internalize
now.
what happens. Is there anything else anyone would like to do this evening?
I don't know where I'm supposed to sleep now. There's a sock on the door.
I thought, was Morris staying with Arquen?
Probably.
Was Balrick staying with Lesley? Oh my god, no. I've just seen his book.
There's a sock on that door as well, but you don't know who's in there with
it's
it.
about 17.
It's like 5
It's
people.
not a sock. It's about 7 scarves. It's like
It's all the other
Like
people from the
hazmat
tournament.
tape across the door, don't enter.
Abandon faithful, ye who enter here.
It's all 11 other people that were in the show.
It is indeed. That's who
Aderyn's
Lesley...
gonna go to.
There's only 2 beds in there.
Don't need a
there's not
bed.
any more. They're just broken on the floor.
It's like,
No, he
get
took-
mattresses.
He took the mattresses off and put them together.
Yeah.
Like in the middle.
And just keeps pulling scarves out. It's like,
I'm going to give Lesley a bag of holding that's just scarves and nothing else can go in it.
So it's a bag of scarves.
Bag of scarves.
like scarves.
Sorry, Aderyn, you were going to say something.
Aderyn's gonna go to Tauri. And it's gonna just outstretch her hand and go, 5 gold, pay up.
We agreed no cheating.
I wore the old granny clothes.
And then used Derek.
You think I control Derek? How is it cheating that he joined me on stage? I can't control what Derek does. If Derek wants to go on stage at the same time as me, it's not like, you know?
He
Are
was
you
part of
denying
your-
Deck?
He was part of your thing, therefore it's a cheat. The competition
How is it
between us.
cheating? I didn't decide what Derek does.
The competition was between us. If a third party joins you on stage, then it's no longer between
You mean like
and
the
us.
rats?
I have
The
no
4th and
control
the 5th
over
and the
rats.
6th and the 7th.
And I had no say over Derek.
So therefore the bet is null and void.
Oh, Tauri, you're such a sour loser. You just don't want to admit that you lost. You know what, Tauri? You keep the 5 gold. Use it to buy yourself something pretty. And Aderyn's gonna just march off.
Party split. There's going to be party split. Damage control.
And Aderyn's gonna go bitch to Lesley and be like,
Lesley's not here.
Lesley's up-
Lesley's left with the other
Yeah.
competitors.
Leslie is
Lesley's long gone.
Leslie is in something right now.
Thunk, 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 thunk.
It's like you're shouting it through the door.
The scarves have found 4 other uses in the bedroom. You don't want to know what 3 of them are.
Balrick is just staring at the socks and scarves on the door. So, like, I'm gonna go sleep in the wagon.
what?
I wouldn't. That's an environmental disaster.
Well, in that case, I can complain to you.
Alright, walk with me. I'm going outside.
Okay. Tauri won't pay her debt. She says I cheated.
There's her.
Well, I told her she had rats.
Oh, I'm at the heckling. She was heckling non-stop.
What do you mean she was heckling?
Oh, did you not hear her heckling at like Arquen and Ximori and the other
She was
contestants?
busy tightening the cloth on my head.
Oh, it was unsportsmanless. It's actually probably what cost her the thing. I don't think Derek has as much influence as that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just really upset. Do you think maybe she was bullied when she was a little girl? Do you think maybe other people called her ugly? Because, like, she's not now, but, like, what if it's not real, you know? What if it's just really good surgery and she's really insecure on the inside?
Maybe. I think maybe it's just not used to having a similarly charismatic person around. Although very different type.
What do you mean different?
You don't play the lute.
Ah, yeah, it's true. I only play the drums. You're right, Balrick.
Drum, singular.
No, Ximori walked past us to say that.
She can't even play it properly either.
It's only one drum, actually.
It's one her fan used to give it, be like, well, you can't sing, you can't perform, just stand in the back and just like...
Oh my god, Aderyn, your corner.
Here's a triangle.
Aderyn, your corner.
Play it at the end.
So here, Aderyn, you clap your hands in time to the beat.
No, I said in time to the beat.
Yeah.
It's going to be like
Incredibly
that TikTok all
charismatic.
over again, isn't it? Where they only clap on the offbeat.
Incredibly charismatic, zero rhythm.
Maybe Tauri would be willing to teach me how to play instruments?
Maybe not today.
I mean, I don't think I'd ever be as good as her. I'm not very good at my drum, if I'm honest. I know it's not noticeable.
I'm sure you're very good. It probably makes it.
Would you like me to play it now?
Save it. Let's save it. I think there's been enough music.
Are you sure?
Hey, let's just go outside and enjoy the night air.
A giant fish.
Okay.
I'll see that.
Sorry, I'm just looking
My
at
new favourite place in the world.
just the one drum actually. It's great.
Dying.
What was I saying? No, let's just go wait outside. Let's just go enjoy the night air. Get out of here for a little bit.
As you step out,
Did you?
as you step outside, it started to cloud over, and Balrick, you definitely get the sense that rain clouds are settling in, and it's soon going to be a fairly damp couple of days.
Miserable.
It makes it better, Ximori, with a duty in the morning. I imagine Stena's not staying.
He's gone by
I
the
think
time you
Ximori
wake
is just
up.
gonna like. Ximori is just gonna like go outside the door, just to, like get some air, and just get their flute out and just start playing like a little quiet flute song.
Oh.
Just having like a little chill moment.
Also, did this place have the Ratwalk, or is it like a bunch of tables, like end to end?
There's a bunch of tables lined up next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we had to put together the Ratwalk.
This was the inaugural competition. This was on the fly.
Yeah.
She saw a business opportunity and took it.
She's getting a carpenter in the next morning. It's like, no, like down the middle.
Like one massive table.
Aderyn will go sit with Ximori for a while.
She walks outside with Balrick. And she goes, bye.
She walks outside, realizes it's going to rain soon, and just goes, nope.
I turn around and ask her, like, oh, so did you find them not? Oh what?
At least you're with me, Deck. Deck's gone as well.
Deck's hunting the fish. Balrick, you see a streak of crystal go over the edge of the river gorge.
I mean,
God, I hope he got his wings.
If you level him up, fly back up. If you level us to level 7, he can fly.
If Deck dies now, it's on you. It's on you, Gethin.
The temptation to give you a level up for a drag race episode is so tempting.
We were so fashionable, Gethin. We were so fashionable.
You literally leveled up one session ago. Fucking chill.
Oh.
2 sessions ago. Anyway, yeah, Ximori is just sitting there gently pumping on your flute. That sounds like a euphemism. Aderyn sits down next to you. The bass accompaniment of whatever is happening in Leslie's room, providing a drum kit to your musical.
There's an odd rhythm to it.
Can't tell if it's a rave or an orgy.
They're the best kind.
Why not both?
Yeah,
I haven't looked at my notes in 2 hours.
They're the best kind of sessions.
What are your plans?
You'll get to them, it's fine. Is there anything else anyone wants to do this evening? It said Aderyn and Ximori are sitting next to each other. Tauri's in a huff.
No, but before Aderyn goes back to like her room, she will say to Ximori, "Thank you for backing me up and making that idea happen, Ximori. If I'm honest, it was nice to have a distraction. My mind has been very full of lots of things recently."
I mean, like, you know, you've looked like you've been like thinking about a lot of stuff, and I know when I end up thinking about a lot of stuff, I just kind of need something to take my mind off it, you know? Something fun, something dumb, and not too destructive.
And for all it counts, I think that if you'd been in the fashion show with your eyeliner,
Thank you for trying.
right. No, really, I think
I thought you were going to say, like, if you'd entered the fashion show, you'd have won. It's like I was in the fashion show.
I was right after you, Henry. I was right there.
Yes, qualified though.
Well, we'll find more ways to make you money.
I mean, I need new sleeves now.
I'm sure Lesley will love to help you shop for some.
Yeah, get some there. Wear some scarves, you know.
I'm going to go to bed now, but good night, brother.
Yeah, like, night. Yeah, Ximori just stayed outside for a bit longer. I don't particularly need to sleep. I'm having a sort of nice chill night, so I just sort of wait as the rain comes in. Feel it on my face.
Fall asleep on the Ratwalk.
See the captain leave. Realise I can go to bed.
Oh my Christ.
Jesus.
Straight up, like a couple of hours before dawn that you see him leave. You do trip over the chain.
I paid for
trip
the
over the chainmail shirt on your way in the door because he's just got to left it on the side.
I fall face first onto Arquen. Sorry.
What the fuck?
You left your chainmail on the fucking floor.
Oh, sorry. I'm not used to having roommates.
Are you used to having, like, a room at all?
Jury's out on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep. For a bit, I guess.
Good night, Ximori.
Night. I sit unmoving on my bed. staring across the room.
That evening, as varying people drift off, Tauri and Aderyn, you were technically sharing a room.
They were.
How does that plan out? Who gets there first?
Is Tauri in the room already by the time Aderyn gets back?
Probably.
Aderyn is just gonna walk in and she's just gonna like get ready for bed, and then she's just gonna be like, I had fun. I hope you had fun too.
It was alright. Different.
For what it's worth, Tauri, I think if I hadn't been wearing the old lady outfit, then you probably would have won. Strange as that sounds.
We'll see next time.
Aderyn is just gonna go to bed. She's happy because it's been a good distraction.
Can I wait until Aderyn is asleep?
And then smother her with a pillow.
Just
I would like
splits the knife in between the third and fourth ribs.
100 scarves just gathered together.
Tauri's been a rogue this whole time.
It's Chetney all over again.
The assassin subclass comes out.
Assassin. Hidden blade. No.
To the neck of the loot.
It's going to be more when she. It's going to be more just about as we're about to wake up. So if anything happens, but I'm going to put 2 gold pieces on her eyes.
Okay.
That's horrifying.
What the fucking serial killer shit?
Mob threat, that is.
Before that,
Especially considering she literally died.
they're gold, not copper. What are you having a problem with that? Before that happens, Aderyn, as you
Don't you do this?
drift on, eventually succumbing to sleep, you drift into that darkness of sleep, and you begin to feel the sense of being watched. You find yourself consumed by the night sky. The stars blinking towards you, and in between each of them reaching further, the grasping hands of nothing. You are looking up. No, looking down at the stars beneath you. You instinctively look the other way, looking up, and you see the Empire, the land upon which everything has been happening. You see the vast expanse of trees that don't exist. You see the roots reaching deep into the bedrock until you see the rock itself, and until you see what you can't see. You see a whispered language speaking in impossible colours. wrapping around a consciousness that is not wholly yours. The world is shifting, and you sense that there is something hidden behind it all, crawling against your psyche. There is the sound of clattering on glass as your mind twists to see what it can't see, scratching to get out, tapping to get in. The eyes above you, below you, stop blinking, and they open, and your eyes snap open to gold resting on top of your face.
Aderyn's gonna scream out in shock.
Ximori is immediately awake and running out of the room.
Shots out in shock, and then she's gonna like move. I imagine the coins fall off.
Mm-hmm.
What are these? Is Tauri in the room?
Barry's in bed.
Tauri? Tauri?
What?
Did anybody come in the night?
No. Apart from Ximori now, where we set off the alarm.
I don't know where this came from.
Ximori burst through the door with an axe in hand. Where?
Aderyn's gonna show Ximori the 2 coins. Ximori, look!
What the hell is that? I mean, money, but...
I don't understand. Are they paying me to do something?
There's some sort of ghost?
No! The eyes!
The eyes?
Don't
What
understand. Is it the eyes or is it the dragon? Which one is paying me and why?
Come on.
Slowly beginning to calm down. It's like, okay, there's not an actual threat in the room right now. Put my axe back away.
Means I have to do a job, but I don't know what job. But the job depends on which one pays me.
I know mob stuff, and that feels pretty mob-like, Someone's either paying you to do a job and kill someone, or
I roll
someone's
over.
marked you to be killed. And this is a warning.
Over, see what she's holding and go, oh, that's your winnings from last night, and then go back to sleep.
But
You motherfucker.
I'd like to take off my boot and lob it as hard as I can at Lesley.
Why? Why would you put them on my eyes, Tauri?
Very much entry to River Styx.
People are trying to sleep.
Not tomorrow.
I've only been able to stare at a wall for
Sleep.
2 hours!
Only needs 4 hours anyway.
That's a 17 to hit Tauri with a boot.
I mean, yes.
1 point of damage. No, actually, 2
Hang
points
on.
of damage.
I get a
D4.
I get a D4, thank you very much. Additional 2, so 4 points of bludgeoning boot damage.
What a way to start the day.
And she said,
Doc
okay,
Martin
thanks,
launched
it's mine
across
now,
the
I'll
room.
just keep it. She doesn't give the boot back.
Wait, no, give me that back.
Okay, you've got Ximori's boot. Enjoy.
Be a great fishing lure.
That thing has walked across Half the continent have been in several lakes.
Exactly. It'll be a great fishing lure.
Yeah, like, aha! You like leveled your nose with it. No.
He kind of just shoves it deep in the back in a backpack.
Breakfast.
You head downstairs. There is a strong smell of cooking meats, fresh bread, and all manner of other breakfast stuff going on in the kitchen. A few people seem to already be having food down here. A few people you see as you come down already heading out, loading up carts to try and get across the bridge before traffic gets any worse, and kind of get on their way. Cammy is down. He's like, "Morning. I trust you slept well."
Not sleeping as was done.
Glad to hear it. Breakfast?
Oh yeah, I suppose I'm just eating from someone's plate.
Yeah, just eating some scraps from someone that left them behind. Would you care for a meal of your own?
Excuse me, that's my black pudding.
Oh. I could go for some black pudding right now. Let's get some breakfast in us.
Good fry up.
It's 1 silver piece for breakfast, that's all.
How much money did I spend last night?
So a round of drinks. How many rounds did you get in?
How much is a round of drinks?
A round of drinks would be... It was about a table of 5 would be 2 silver.
Okay.
I gave you 5 gold. And then
You did,
spent
which means that
100
I can get at least, we'll say 2 gold.
10 rounds.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No wonder you lot were drunk and hunting for a fish.
Not to mention the 1 gold that I gave for the entry fee.
Yeah.
So I'm down to 2 gold and 2 silver. Now 2 gold and 1 silver. You think you've got it bad, Ximori?
You don't make a living doing bargains. Need money, do jobs.
And if you want to, there needs to be fewer than 6 of you to split the winnings through.
Anything
All right.
I mean, currently only Arquen and Ximori are downstairs. Balrick, to be fair, is a canonically early riser, so Balrick is probably like neating up the car already.
Also,
getting things
Balrick is outside. I don't know if he's come in yet.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned fish last night. It's called fish, and we talked about fish, and they went fishing. Can I try and I want to try something that maybe he would have done in, because this is a thing done in Arctic adjacent territories, and tie a rope to an arrow and try and lean over the side of the bridge and get a fish.
So you wouldn't do it on the bridge, you do it from the gorge, but yes.
Alright, let's do it.
Make me an attack roll.
You don't want to sit in for a thing, he wants to go have his own lunch, feel happy. Roll, that's a 19 on the die.
How far down is the goal?
It's about 50-foot drop from the edge to the water surface.
Perfect.
I was going to say, what's the AC of a fish, and we'll give it half cover for being in water, but I think at 19, we'll do fine.
Well, matter anyway, we've got a sharpshooter, haven't you?
I want to add details to this because this was a 30. So I think I can get 3 at once.
Roll me a d6.
4.
You get 2 fish in 1 hour.
And it's one on the way up, and then another one grabs onto it.
They're 2 fairly chunky fish. This thing is a well-populated fishing channel.
And then if we're on the gorge, not on the bridge, and there's a bit slightly more wilderness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll set up a little campfire. with Derek, and I'll put 2 skewers of fish for Derek.
Derek is sitting there impatiently, just staring at the fish. Like, he wouldn't wait for it to be cooked, but the only reason he's waiting is just like...
Mind your manners. He goes to reach her at one point, I'm like, no.
You get no choice in this. He channels fire energy today, and just goes to like start to try and cook the fish harder. Just like
doing like the dog thing. He was just like sitting down, like his head close to it. He's just slowly breathing a stream of fire into the campfire.
Exactly.
I'm not touching it.
The tail is just gently like slithering side to side. It's not like a dog wag, but just like
he's normally had a bit cold on it, so even though he's pearlescent, he's had this whitish hue. There is a bit more of a red undercurrent to him.
He's taken on more of the fire opal that
Fire opal.
that Aderyn has had fused to her chest.
You know how some like Labradors have such like thick tails that it's like bap, bap, like actually hurts to be hit by. I imagine that's half what it is like half the time with Deck. Ow, fuck, Deck, ow.
The thing is, Dex isn't like a full like wag. His is just like stern pressure. So it's like being crushed slightly by his tail. Like,
Just like an occasional like flick. That's just like
if you get the end of the tail.
Dead leg. Ow.
Yeah.
We love that.
Deck, that's a dead leg.
And fun was had by all.
And yes, I come downstairs with 1 boot.
Lesley comes downstairs, bags under his eyes, cheerful as the day you've met him, wearing a shirt he didn't own yesterday, and with a number of bite marks.
Still don't know if it's a rave or not.
Far too many hickeys.
Sits down, eats a hearty breakfast and half a bottle of wine. Just like, right. Are we staying? I should probably let them know.
I reckon we should get on the road.
Yeah, sort of have breakfast, then we'll head off, I guess.
That's a shame.
Full kit, 5 minutes.
Lesley like heads upstairs, starts throwing bags and like saying goodbye to the 11 people that are in his room.
We'll buy wine, I guess.
All right. Balrick, as you are getting the wagon ready, one of the Stormcrests that was chummy with Arquen last night, not the captain, one of the ones they went out fishing with. You don't have their name of, but you would know to be Froth. Arquen comes up holding a small bundle of like tightly bound leather with like leather cord tightly binding it, like a package to be like weatherproofed kind of thing. No more than like this big. Like hands do like. Bit of an odd one. Sorry, still recovering from last night. This came for you. Arrived at the garrison overnight. Dropped off by carrier bird, sort of. But it's addressed to the group with the crystal dragon. I'm fairly confident that's you lot.
Yeah, well that sounds like us. Alright. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
Do I normally give a tip for deliveries or?
Sure. Yeah, that's normal.
Can I roll an insight?
Yes, you can.
Insight. 3. 11.
11. He's not that good of a liar, and he's hungover as hell.
I'm gonna just like kind of aggressively cock one eyebrow.
That was worth a shot. Anyway, safe travels. Thank God for this cloud cover. And this morning has been like drizzling with the presence of it getting heavier throughout the day. Like there is no sunlight of any means. Thick clouds, which for someone like you, Ximori, pretty good omen, to be honest.
Yeah. Good clouds. Good cloud cover. We like it.
Good effort. Good effort.
It's a good religious sign for us, you know. It's means it's all looked upon favourably.
Tickety boo.
Yeah, it's somewhat viewed as like protection, essentially. Like clouds is like that shield, blanket kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's mount up.
Can I open the package before everyone gets there?
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Inside, you find a sealed letter with a stamp that you would recognise to be that of the Amaranthine Institute from Geodothras. Kind of similar symbol to them. You also find a small bag of kind of crushed velvety blue with a kind of a snap-shut case made out of like steel, but highly polished and slightly calligraphied steel. Yeah, and as I say, a sealed letter with it.
From the Amaranthine Institute. I want to make some intuition. I'm going to wait till other people are around before I open it.
Okay. I assume the rest of you, unless anyone has anything else to do, very quickly head out and soon joined Balrick with you. Lesley, with scarves he didn't have yesterday adorning him. And you fairly confident a couple of necklaces he didn't have either.
I'm gonna
do. Sorry.
You owe me the next room. I paid for that room. Didn't get to use it.
We'll discuss things. Mm-hmm. He like chuckles heartily before
moving part.
throwing stuff on the car.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I would like to talk to Tauri and just sort of like, good effort last night.
Sorry for tackling you.
Sorry for tackling you.
Oh, Lesley pops up at that point, just like, by the way, I did see that tackle. We're getting you onto the Titan Ball field next opportunity we get.
Yes.
Tauri, we need to work on your avoiding skills. As Lesley walks past.
We flick his ear
Yeah.
as he walks past.
It's like, I swear I had an earring.
But, yeah, good effort. Maybe need a little work on your team's your sportsmanship, especially if you want to play Titan Ball, which I know all about.
I just give Arquen a raised eyebrow.
Don't touch my nipple. I walk away.
All I can imagine Arquen
There's a
doing
merchant
is
walking past.
on, and then I just raise my eyebrow and just goes like this.
There's a merchant working past that hears "Don't touch my nipple." It's just like.
I heard something last night. There's a priest that knows about about Derek in a town up ahead. Begins with a K, I think. I don't know. They said it and I didn't hear it. It might begin with a C. I also can't spell. You die more than once. The old noggin takes a beating.
I'm going to add that to the previous injuries table. Becomes illiterate.
Noggin takes beating.
Oh, helpful, I suppose. We'll keep an eye out. A priest that knows about Derek.
Yeah, you met before, I think. Isn't he knew about Derek because you.
Oh,
met.
from Geodothras.
Could be.
I think we do know. He helped us out a bit with getting with getting one of our old companions back to life.
Yes, that ring came from south, went past this way, is now in a town that's on our route, kind of, but is a little bit. Inky was talking about it as a little bit of a diversion from where we're going, but not too much.
I think that's a good idea. We'll head there. So it'll be nice to see a supportive face, especially with things that have gone on. Although I think we can't really tell him about the things that have happened. It'll be nice to have someone on our side. Appreciate it. All right, everyone, wagon up before we set off. I got some mail.
Mail?
You've got mail.
Who wants to read it?
I can read.
We're both looking at each other, but not us.
You have the letter.
Right, I'll read it out for you, and I'll pass the box along. Give it to Tauri, because Tauri is usually the one who deals with items. Tauri, this came as well. You have a look at that while you know things. I'll read out the letter and open it. I'll read out.
I had
It's
planned.
your time reading it out, Nathan?
I had
You have to.
planned to write something and get over to you. I just haven't had time. So the letter reads, dear friends.
I'm reading it out, so it needs to be in a Scottish accent. Nathan.
No.
Come on.
I'll type it to you if you want. We can take a 5-minute break while I write. No, it reads, dear friends, Aderyn spoke to me with some concerning news, so I'm slightly concerned for all of you. So I'm doing my best to send something that I hope you'll find useful. And I'm working on something for it that should help us stay in contact. But in the meantime, you'll find something in there that should make it a little easier if you need anything from me. Yours, Togrim.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that I contacted Togrim.
Yeah, I am going to question and look at Aderyn.
I open up the parcel, by the way.
So the parcel's already been opened. What Balrick handed you was this blue crushed velvet bag with a steel clasp, like purse clasp kind of thing, where you've got two knobs and they kind of like in between.
Yeah,
You open it up.
Yeah, so that's what I meant. I opened up. Yes.
You open it up. Seems to be a bag.
If we have the time, I will cast Identify.
It is a bag of holding.
Can I put my hand in and just go pull out anything that's in here?
Vague wouldn't usually work, but in this instance, yes, you pull out one. You pull out. Actually, you stick your hand in, like, pull out with it, and you end up pulling out, like, when you're holding 3 tennis balls, you end up pulling out 3 things. You pull out 2.
It's so funny if you put an anvil in here.
You pull out 2 potions of greater healing and 1 sending stone.
I will hand 1 potion to Ximori and 1 to Aderyn.
Oh, what's this?
Potion of healing.
Gifts from Falkland.
Oh. Are you sure you wanted me to have it?
Well, a few of us can do some healing things, so it makes sense to have it on the people who can't.
And I'll be honest, you guys are the ones who get hurt the most.
Yeah, that's true, yes.
You're also
Just not
fast enough
enough,
to
yeah.
give it to someone if they need it.
Ah, that's true.
Your friend Togrim seems like a nice sort.
He was.
Lovely.
He is.
Is.
We fixed that problem.
I think both are correct, really.
And I will identify on the sending stone just to confirm exactly how it works.
Yeah, you know how this works. You essentially just hold it and compel speaking into it. It does require like a classic sending, you to speak out loud. It is essentially a walkie-talkie, unlike Aderyn's who can do it telepathically. But it does functionally work like that. Of just hold it. It has essentially what it is it's a ring, like a octagonal piece of stone with a piece of stone in the middle that can like slide from one side to the other. So all you do is you like push it through slightly, it locks in, and that's when you then start talking, and then it will reset itself next day. So you can only send sending stone once per day, but it gives you a sending spell.
Can the next one be a flip sending stone?
That's the one that allows you unlimited texts and
of course, yeah.
After 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And on weekends.
Oh, this one's got snake on it.
Sending stone the once per day gets summoned to a venomous snake.
I think given away, we can have a short daily conversation with him.
Daily seems like a stretch.
Well, once a day, daily.
No, not daily. Conversation, sorry. Conversation seems like a stretch.
I mean, considering that we can't have anything with him at the moment, apart from apparently Aderyn.
Yes.
Somewhat.
We can have an Aderyn with him.
Aderyn, how many other people have you been talking to?
Just 2 others.
Who are
Well, my dad. Just to let him know that I was okay.
a responsible child?
Yeah. And the hag.
Wait, what?
You just have Tauri just do this.
I love you so much, Sarah.
A hag. Interesting.
No,
Wait, you just
not
you
just-
interesting.
talk to them.
The hag is in hag.
Yeah, as in like hag.
Sorry.
hag.
As in, we went there and they took a special interest in her and they were all voodoo and blah blah blah, and it was.
Yeah, but are we talking? Do you mean hag as in the? Oh, sorry. Carry on, Aderyn.
The hag was only twice. She wasn't very helpful anyway.
Well, no, she's a hag.
Yes. Do you mean hag as in old woman, or do you mean hag as in
No, it's
hag
like
of the Feywild?
hag.
Leave me on holiday.
As do I.
Make me deal dolls, magic, souls, plants, stuff.
Not one to be taken lightly, but pretty useful ally.
You're not getting into deals with her, are you?
No, it was just in the fundraising. We didn't know which way to go. Remember how I helped?
Oh, was that with her?
Well, I just asked her if she could tell me which way to go. And she told me to think about the number 3.
Did help on the first one, and then you kept insisting on that for the next ones, which didn't work for her, but fair enough.
It would have worked.
She should have told you to think. She should have told you to think about pies. No, Arquen would not know about pie.
I like to think about pies.
I like, yeah, me too.
I could go for a pie.
Ooh,
So weird.
hang on, we're going back in.
Oh, yes?
Road pies. Do you have any pies we can take on the road with us?
We have a few from yesterday. The lunchtime pies are still cooking for today, but I'm happy to sell you the leftover ones from yesterday at a discount.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Call it.
We come back outside to ask Balrick for money.
No, I still have some money, don't worry.
2 copper pieces per pie. There is a dozen left over. Take as many as you want.
Right, so 2 copper pieces.
If you can
pies.
spot me 2 copper, I can get
can spot you
all
2
of
copper.
them.
Here we go.
Sorted.
Excellent.
I am
Thank you.
nearly destitute.
But you have 12.
She did say
I
I
have.
owed her a favor, but
I have a gold.
What, Aderyn?
I have 2 gold.
Actually, I do have 2 gold because I won 2 off Balrick.
Yeah.
However, I also owe Balrick 2.
she did say I would owe her a favor, but that's fine.
I was about to actually you, but actually, yeah. Ximori doesn't owe me money. Lesley owes me 500 gold.
The 2 gold boys.
Yours, you owe a hag a favour.
Yeah.
That's not great. Hags are hags, as much as they can be useful, are somewhat tricky and dangerous.
But the favour might just be something like, hey, could you help me put up some shelves?
True.
You know?
Exactly.
Probably won't be that, though. It'll probably be something like, hey, give me your right eyeball.
Yeah.
It didn't intend for it to happen. It just sort of happened. We were really lost, and we were really tired, and so I thought, who would know what to do? And I thought maybe the hag, and then my mind just kind of found her mind.
That works very well. I see the logic for it. Yeah.
And maybe like a kidney.
Oh, kidney. Oh, one of these is steak and kidney.
Oh, I'll split it with you.
Next time, I think that you should always help you communicate with the hag.
Okay.
Alright, just be open, communicate. Oh.
At this point, the rain is fast setting in, and you are thankful that you are heading out on the most well-maintained road in the Empire, such that while it is not a pleasant day for those of you who don't like the rain, looking at Lesley and Aderyn, it is at least easy travelling. You are not stuck on... Yeah, you got the awning. It is fairly easy travelling. And the road is decently busy. Most of the merchant traffic you see essentially got out before you. It's the problem when you go to bed drunk for a lot of people or sleeping with people. You tend to leave slightly later than you would like, Balrick. But it does mean that you're not necessarily caught up in the heavy amount of traffic. You've got a bit of space to yourselves on the road, occasionally passing other traffic as you go. After a while, Balrick, you spot signposts saying about a mile for Kirudrona. And as that kind of mile marker goes past, and you can kind of see coming out of the drizzly mist up ahead, you can see the turning that heads to your left towards the foothills that are somewhere out in the rain banks that you can't quite see at this point, but were aware of yesterday. And Balrick, Arquen, if you're riding in the front as well, you can spot nestled up against the signpost at this crossroad, a small shape huddled by the side of the road, sitting curled up against the old wooden sign for the town. Signpost for the town, even. And as you approach closer, you can see that this figure is the size of a small child, getting soaked in the rain, with their shoulders gently racking with sobs. And their clothes are ripped and torn, and they are all alone.
Whoa.
I'll pull the wagon to a stop. And I'll do a deep sigh. Come on. Do I see Arquen being very clearly like, I want to deal with this? I'm going to get down with that. As a father person. A father person thing. You know, that thing. Balrick's going to get down with
these father people.
One of them father things, yeah. I'll just be Arquen to take the lead.
I will take my helmet off and grab my blanket from my pack. Which I still have one, yes. And yeah, gently approach the apparently child.
As you get closer, you estimate this child, seems to be human, can't be any older than 10. Their clothes are nothing special, kind of standard Hessian form. Torn and cut from what seems to be, you estimate, like branches and brambles. Some dried blood and cuts underneath all of these things, and they don't even seem aware of your presence, as they're just like curled up into their knees, and you can begin to hear them crying into themselves.
Poor child. I will briefly do a quick divine sense.
Okay. Nothing.
Cool.
Just out of curiosity,
check.
what are the 3 things you get?
It's celestial, fey, and
Celestials, Fae, Fiends, and Undead.
No.
I think for me it's celestial, fey, and undead.
Okay, cool. That's what I want to know. Carry on. Yeah, you don't get anything.
Yeah. Like slowly approach and like put the blanket around the child.
He sees your face with this like birch wood kind of up along the chin. Just kind of is non-verbal. The eyes are wide with fright and like bloodshot from no sleep.
Yeah. I think sort of, holding shield up to protect against the rain. Like, will reach into my packing probably a bit of pie.
Takes it and
We
just
start
starts
putting all those pies together.
nibbling on it. Thank you.
You're welcome. My name's Arquen. This is Balrick, and this is Dak. What's your name?
Tessin. My name is Tessin.
Good name. Where are you from, Tessin?
Kurudona. Like weakly points and like up the road.
What are you doing out here?
My mum and dad told me to run. Ran.
What did they tell you?
It was dark. I thought they were following me. Not here. He just starts crying again.
So I will like.
Just starts sobbing into
Let's
you.
get him on. Let's get him on the wagon. I'd go in that way anyway.
Mm-hmm. Like, hoist child up, and so like as we approach the wagon, so like, now these are my friends. This is Tauri and Aderyn and Ximori and Lesley.
Lesley immediately sobers up and takes this small child into his care, with a level of confidence and fatherly nature that you don't get from him usually.
Can I insight into that as a father myself?
Yeah, sure.
Because we're not actually aware if Lesley is a father or not. That's a 19.
A 19. Yeah, these are the kind of instincts that you yourself would show. You suspect that Lesley is not quite the bachelor he puts an affront out to. But I will also respect it that Emma's not here. So,
let's get Derek up there as well to sort of provide some warmth as a.
You hear a heavy creak of the suspension of the
thing at the
cart as
moment.
Deck gets on.
Jesus, he's getting big.
Really fast.
Donkey boy. You see
Right.
Deck begin to like gently glow with that fire opal, almost becoming a slight like warming element at the kid's feet. And the kid just like bundles up into Lesley, who Lesley like takes the cloaks and blankets that you're offering and just like wraps the kids up with him.
At this point, probably like shoulder my shield, check my weapons, and like, well, I guess the fun starts here now. And go mount up.
You mount up on your horse. Does your horse have a name?
This one, I can't remember because AO is currently pulling the cart. I'll come up with a name for this
This
one.
is one of the castigator horses.
Yeah.
I assume they're all just tied to the wagon at this point, if in the rain.
Yeah. So you head up the road to Kiridona.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fairly... It's not as well maintained a road, and at points it is kind of getting a little muddy from the water, but it does seem to be at least fairly well compacted from heavy use, so it's not too bad. And as you're trekking through, this path leads through a forest into at the foot of the Mora foothills that varying members of you would know about. The thing that unsettles you, Balrick, is that just even with the rain, the forest is very quiet and still. The only sound you really often get is the odd caw of a crow or a raven of some kind. You pass partway through this journey, about half an hour after turning off the road. A lumberyard kind of clearing cut into the forest. A number of felled trees covered up under tarps to try and keep the rain off them. And some tool sheds made out of kind of like corrugated metal of some kind, just sitting up there. No one working, completely empty. Doesn't look like, looks like it was packed away for the night, and no one's come back to it this morning.
I'll dismount, sort of ride back up, like ride the horse down the side of the wagon and start, dismount. Also, what colour is this horse again, by the way?
This one, they'll all be black, yeah. Gotta lean into
Okay.
evil goth imagery.
Yeah, of course.
What do you think we?
I'll do it. Do you want a compliment or?
If you keep an eye out on the footboards of the wagon, Ximori,
Yeah. I
we have some fun.
get to you fairly quickly.
Yeah, don't have the guy with investigation out the wazoo.
Yeah.
So I'll stay behind. You guys.
We are not smart.
So
Well, you can. I'm not too bad at looking around.
This is the sort of investigation where it's prodding the trap with a stick.
Yeah.
Tauri's offered to come as well. So the three of you kind of dismount. Leslie's still bundling up, talking to the kid, gently, kind of just consoling him. Not pushing too hard, but trying to figure out what happened a little bit. There's the three of you.
I'll gesture for Aderyn to come up from there.
So the three of you head
I guess
over to
Deck,
the-
like keeping an eye out on the opening of the
he's
the
got
wagon.
Really? I'm really liking it. It feels like we're becoming a in sync family sort of unit where it's like places, positions. Very
So
good.
the three of you dismount and head over to this lumberyard that's a short kind of footpath off into the woodlands. Start taking a look around.
Muddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do a
Have a look around.
Feel free to make investigation.
perceiving to try and see if there is anyone. Yeah, I'll do perception to see if there's any people or living / unliving / immortal things / dead things. There we go. I've covered all my bases.
I'm going to roll investigation.
Go for it.
13 plus 8, 21.
And can I roll a perception as well, just sort of like hearing out for like people, odd sounds,
Sure.
weird,
Yeah.
weird noises.
Bestial senses.
Yeah.
Arquen, what'd you
21.
get? 21, Tauri?
Sorry, 21.
21.
21. Ximori?
14.
It's multiple of 7.
Yeah. Arquen, you kind of take in this space, scanning around as Tauri gets in closer to start looking around a bit closer, just to kind of take things in. It's a fairly well established lumberyard. This fairly large and well organized. It's clear that the people doing this are well experienced and know what they're doing and have been working here for a short while. Kind of the tree line's been pushed back gently from where they were working. No immediate danger springs to you, but you are aware that this place does have fencing around the edge that's clearly designed to keep animals from really exploring too far into it. Tauri, when you start getting in closer, you see that the tool sheds are locked with padlocks to keep whatever is in there. As I say, the logs covered with their tarps, starting to get a little bit of moisture into them, which make them a pain for cutting. The thing you do get with that 21 is you definitely get the feeling that based on the time of day, this is late morning at this point, this place should be fully operational at this point, right? And it should be populated by probably 24 lumberjacks, based on your estimation of the number of the size of the tools and the amount of stuff working here, and there is no sign of them. And it doesn't look like there's been any sign of them in a while. Ximori, with your perception check, you do notice a crow sitting on a branch nearby that's just cocked its head looking at you.
Stare back at the crow.
Cock your head back.
Watch it go.
You see it fly further up the road towards the town.
Does it look like a particularly well-fed crow?
Make me a nature check.
How recently full does this crow look?
Barely fly.
Can I get a little sneaky bonus thing because it's related to where are you eating?
No.
Worth a try. Nature, that is just a flat 18.
Flat 18.
I'm actually proficient in telling how well-fed animals are.
Does look like a reasonably well-fed crow.
That crow's been eating recently.
Is there a way inside this thing? Is there
There are doors to the tool shed, but they're
Yeah.
just padlocked. So
yeah? Because I will peek if there's a gap, a knotty hole or anything like
yeah, I'd say you can.
No.
They're not perfectly. They're like chains.
God damn it,
chain
Andrew.
doors. You can kind of pull them slightly to look inside. It's unlit inside and does appear to be a number of axes and saws inside the one that you look in. Decently maintained equipment. Some of it showing some wear and tear, but again, clearly the signs of people who know what they're doing.
Are there any domiciles, or is this the sort of thing they would come from town?
They would come from town. That's what this place gives off. This is a workplace, not a place to stay.
Okay. Well, I think we've expended as much as time as we can here.
Okay.
I think we should just head to the town.
Do you mount back
If
up?
anyone's got any ideas?
I'm not seeing much, but like something's not sitting right. No.
Aderyn, do you have the psychic connection with Lesley?
Yeah.
You feel Lesley kind of reach out to you telepathically in a comforting way, in a regular way, and just talks about this kid's in shock, but the things he is saying are not great. Talks of screams, cries of the town guard, his parents telling him to run. I don't want to push him further, but we might need to know what we're potentially walking into. I'm going to roll a persuasion check for Lesley. With commanding presence. Rolls very well. Kind of as you guys are investigating, and he relays this information to you, Aderyn. The kid's not making much sense. Pale-skinned, fanged creatures, people coming from the mountains, attacking at night. The kid then ran. I think he saw some things no kid should see.
I'll let Balrick know. If so, then we should definitely try and figure out what's ahead before we go. Is there anything the child needs? Anything we can do?
Food, warmth, and comfort is all we can provide now, unless we can find his parents. But I'm not hopeful. The three of you get back to the cart with your findings.
Yep.
I'll let Balrick know. Like they said.
Can I roll a nature check or something to see? Right. Pale skin, fangs.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put two and two together, but can I roll a nature check?
Sure, roll me a nature check. Nature DC is high, religion is lower. Your choice.
My religion, it doesn't make sense anyway. It's only a +2. I am going to stick with nature.
Cool.
'Cause that's a 23.
23. There are varying stories from your time of similar descriptions. There are groups known in the north as the Pale Fangs. You've not heard of them anywhere else. They were cannibalistic tribes that wander the tundra. They're dangerous. But in your years of hunting monsters, you met others on their travels, especially in and around people that you usually met at the border of the Empire and had conversations with. And they spoke of creatures that looked like men, that were predators in the night, cold to the touch with fangs that could tear the throat out of a man. And at that point, you're slightly worried about Ximori, and you kind of look over at Ximori and that kind of nature. But the term vampire is one that is not uncommon to you.
We shouldn't say about. Oh. If this town's been attacked, that's not going to be good.
So, what are we on the lookout for, Balrick?
Known by lots of names. I've known them as Pale Fangs, and a variety of other names in languages in North, but you might have heard of vampires.
Just for a little bit of clarity, the Pale Fangs are a distinctly different element. They are not vampires. They're just cannibals.
Okay, fair.
Just for your own info.
Alright, you heard of vampires?
I look at you with my pale skin and fangs and bright eyes. Now, what are they?
Even I've heard of vampires.
I mean, like, I've heard like stories, but like, they're not a real thing, are they? Are they?
I've only heard tale. Maybe it's just stories, exaggerations. We've got similar stories up north, but they're like just animals. But what I've heard's true. So more than that, monsters that disguise themselves as men.
Right, I see.
I fully thought you were going to go, like, yeah, have you heard of vampires? Well, it's not that.
It's not that would be silly.
Do you push on?
Mm-hmm.
This
Sure.
town's definitely where the priest was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just gonna like get my glaive out so it's ready, but not like holding it yet. It's just like unpacked.
Gotcha. You head a short while up the road. It's not far from the lumberyard. Maybe a mile and a half further up the road, and eventually the line of trees stops, thins out as it starts to slope upwards into the hills. And in front of you, you see a town, kind of dotted on the various rise of the hills, slightly creeping up on the slopes. You can see further up a stone chapel in the Jadenite Church design. The buildings here made out of kind of mud bricks and exposed wooden frames, with a couple of what look like storage sheds of varying degrees around the town. The town is silent, other than the creaking of a handful of doors caught in the wind, unlatched, just gently swaying in the breeze, and the sound of rain falling heavily on the rooftops. Scattered in the mud, you can see a handful of bodies. A couple with their limbs severed and scattered across the open pathways in between buildings, and on one side of the village, towards the edge of the town, a pair of wolves currently picking apart one of the carcasses. The mud in this town is slick with both the rain of the morning and the blood of the night, and thankfully, it is mercifully reducing the smell. And I think there is a decent place for us to stop. We'll pick up this story in the rainy aftermath of the attack of Kiridrona next time. But until then, see you later.